Today we're back in the 2025 BMW M5. I'm here with substitute TheTopher.
Good morning.
I guess we should put this in M1 mode so that the engine actually starts, shouldn't we? There we go.
Okay.
It's kind of weird having your speakers do the startup for you in an M5.
It's like the THX.
Exactly. We need a real engine. Speaking of the real engine, it is a 4.4 liter TwinPower V8, the S68. It makes 717 horsepower, 738 pound-feet of torque. We have an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's 4-wheel drive, so we've got all-wheel drive sport. You can put this in 2-wheel drive like drift mode, but most of the time this is all-wheel drive. You have chassis, engine, transmission, all sorts of settings in here, and then you have M hybrid settings over here where you can drive this as a hybrid, an electric vehicle, or full-on performance with everything just thrown at the ground through these hand-cooked tires, which are sketchy.
It's a bit strange.
Yeah.
Hand cooks.
Bad in the rain and
the cold.
And the cold. We haven't driven them yet in the warm. So
try and get some heat into them today.
Yeah. The last time we drove an M5 was out at BMW's Test Fest in Spartanburg. And it was pouring raining. We did some track time. It was very impressive around a racetrack, very capable. TLDR, it's really freaking fast. Really fast.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Test Fest, this is the exact M5 that I drove on TOPher Drives on my channel at Test Fest.
That's right.
And now I just put another 900 miles on it, driving it to Peoria and back. So we'll talk some about that in this video too.
All right, well, let's walk you around and show you. We have a red interior, these bright red seats. Looks pretty fantastic, honestly. This is like the America interior,
yeah.
You know? Yeah, okay.
M Indigo.
M
That's
Indigo.
what this ambient lighting choice is called.
Wonderful. We'll give you guys a quick rev. What's this color?
Frozen Deep Gray.
Frozen Deep Gray. Okay.
Which I think is a good choice for this.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite color you can get this in standard. This is it's a $3,000 option. It's on the configurator. I don't think it's technically individual, but what I like about these kind of dark matte colors is they kind of help you slowly accept the new design because you can't really see all the lines and things.
They ease you in.
They ease you in.
They have this color in the new X3.
Yep.
They've brought it out for just about everything. It's a bit dirty because you've driven almost 1,000 miles in this M5 this week.
I haven't washed it. I cleaned the windshield, but that was it.
Okay, you got over 27 miles to the gallon in it. Some of that is plugging it in here at home, but most of that is just highway. You were cruising at over 26 MPG on the highway. What's this rated for?
So this is rated at 17 on the highway.
Jeez.
After my total 800-mile trip, and that was with 2 charges. It was like 26.6 MPG.
Wow.
So I think even without the plug-in range, it still would have been 24, 25 miles to the gallon.
Only con to that is that there's a little Zippo lighter for a fuel tank in the back.
15.9 gallons.
Okay.
Very poor.
So what were we getting on range?
Yeah, it was under 400 miles. It was like 380 or something.
Oh, that's still not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, and you know, if you're plugging this in every day, you're going to be getting more range. You're not going to be visiting the gas station as often. It probably needed to make some room for the battery pack, the hybrid stuff, all that in the back and the bottom.
It comes with the charger as well, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we're testing another hybrid this week. It's not a plug-in, but it's the LX700H, and you lose all your trunk space and all your fuel tank because of a hybrid. And I'm glad this is a plug-in hybrid with actually some real world driving range in electric driving mode, and it has a trunk still. Granted, there's nothing underneath, no room for a spare, but you plug this in, and it's been showing about 34 miles of EV driving range on the readout, and that's pretty accurate to true life. I like that these tires do have some sidewall.
They do.
So I'm sure we've got a staggered setup here. These are hand-cooked Ventus S1 Evo Z with a star, which means they are manufacturer specific, probably designed for this M5. Wouldn't be my first tire choice. I would rather go with a set of Michelins, but that's okay. 285/40 R20s in the front, meaty sidewalls, and two 95/35 R21s in the rear. Carbon ceramic brakes. What's the price on this M5, Chris?
So it starts at $119. This one as spec is $144, mainly because of the. It's mad because you have the key. mainly because of the carbon ceramic brakes. It's like
Okay.
an $8,000 to $9,000 option. We also
Right.
have executive pack. This has the carbon pack, so it's got carbon roof.
Yes.
And the good thing about both of these options is the brakes save you like 60 pounds and the roof saves you like 50 pounds.
Oh, wonderful.
It's like 100 pounds of weight savings if you go for those two things.
Okay.
So instead of 5,200 pounds, it's only about 5,100 pounds.
Wow. Featherlight.
Impressive stuff.
Yeah. M5 on a diet. Bowers and Wilkins sound system. Gorgeous seat belts, red interior.
No seat back pockets, but they are
Yeah.
sports seats.
They are sporty. Little place to plug in a tablet holder right there. USB ports, rear climate. I mean, everything in the new M5 is very nice. Carbon roof, so no sunroof or anything like that. Okay, let's go drive it. We'll
Show under the hood.
Yeah, we'll show under the hood. Might as well. We just had an Audi RS6.
Yeah.
Audi used to have the best engine bays. I think BMW's kind of bringing it back a little bit.
It's pretty.
There's still a lot of plastic and tubing, but that's okay. I think it looks good. This V8 doesn't sound as good as Audi's
No,
V8,
not even close.
but it makes a noise,
Yeah.
and we'll hear that here shortly.
One other thing I wanted to point out about the front end design of this car, the bumper, okay, like the big intakes there into the intercooler.
Yep.
Very low to the ground, so it collects lots of things.
Oh yeah, you've got a nice collection right here.
I've been building it all week.
Yeah, you've got a,
Anything good in there?
you got some bugs, some sticks. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Just get a leaf blower, blow it out, you'll
Yep.
be fine.
Yep.
Yep.
There
Some
was
compressed air.
There was a piece of a semi-tire in there at one point as well.
Oh, wonderful.
I took that out.
Yeah, I mean, like any new BMW, it's really hard to tell if I like the way it looks yet, but I'm sure we'll all warm up to it.
Yeah.
And the next generation will make us like it even more.
It's always how it goes.
All right, so we are going to start this in just normal hybrid mode. Engine will probably shut off here in a minute. M1 we have set up as drivetrain in Sport Plus, energy recovery in Max. This has quite a bit of regen braking off throttle, which is kind of cool. And let's see, drive logic is, or should be in Sport. I'm not really sure why it's not showing up. Probably because we're not in drive. Four-wheel drive is Sport. And then M dynamic mode is on, so we can do a launch control. But we're not going to engage that just yet. We're just going to leave this in hybrid. There are so many settings in this car. This week, you've just chosen not to really use any of them. You just kind of started the car and driven it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it
much.
can get pretty overwhelming, I think.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to give a real world review, so I just drove it mostly in hybrid mode, and I have a road trip coming at some point. But,
Yeah.
800 miles solid in this car. I don't super want to be messing with settings every time you get in it.
Have you gotten used to the infotainment? Have you used the infotainment? Have you even touched the screen out of self-preservation?
I have
What's
touched
the story?
it, and there's proof of me touching it from all the
I
fingerprints.
see how many times you've touched it, yeah.
But the only time it was irritating is when I was already on the highway and I forgot that I didn't adjust my adaptive cruise distance, and it was at the furthest distance, and the car felt like it was impeding traffic.
That should be a steering wheel button. There's room for it right there.
Yeah.
But it is a few menus
So
deep.
I don't know. Maybe if there's some kind of shortcut for it, I couldn't figure anything out.
There
So I
isn't,
had
no.
to go into the infotainment and do
It's
it. But
Dumb.
otherwise, now that like the climate is here, I left it in auto, which I don't usually do, but I left it in auto very low.
Yeah.
And I just adjusted my temperature, which was fine. Heated seats being an extra click away, whatever. Not the biggest fan of that. But sound system's really good. I never had any connectivity issues.
Good.
So-
Were you wireless
Yeah.
the whole time?
Mhm.
Good.
It never dropped it at all.
You have your phone warmer right down here. Does it charge your phone or does it just overheat
It just warms it.
Okay.
It maintains a charge and heats it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Some quick access buttons down here. A slightly different layout from what we've seen with the iDrive system. Word on the street is BMW might get rid of this entirely. We'll see. Lots and lots of just haptic controls. So your lights are through the screen. Your vents are these haptic controls. They all work well.
Yeah. And then this button up here
Oh yeah,
is
you
a
can-
quick access to your dimming.
That is nice.
So
Yeah.
sure, it's in the screen,
That's
but you can click that and you can also get to your ambient lighting that way
I
as
like
well.
that. Yep, that is nice to have.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's start off. We're just going to go full CarPlay here and set off in the M5. Super light steering. Playing us a little tune in reverse.
I like BMW's backup noise.
Yeah. They're bringing back the chunky steering wheels of old, too.
Yep.
They had an era of less chunkiness, and now they're returning to more chunkiness.
The steering wheel is massive.
It's enormous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Driving position feels good. I can get nice and low in the cockpit. Steering wheel, the proper place. Are these seats comfortable?
Yes.
Over 900 miles.
You know what? Yes, they're quite comfortable. And the most impressive part of them is the bottom of the seat. My butt never got fatigued. Usually it does. In this car, it did not. The back could use a little bit more lumbar, but I think overall, as a sports seat, it's fantastic.
Okay.
It's really, really good.
Yeah, the last thing you want on a road trip is a fatigued buttocks.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. This is probably a good time to put engage M1 mode.
Caught that conversion band pretty quick.
You catch everything in this car pretty quick. It's kind of ridiculous.
It's so fast. Love the way it's like squirmy, even in all-wheel drive.
It's unhappy. I want to try steering in sport mode because I feel like this is just a little bit light. It just feels like all four tires are constantly clawing at the pavement.
They are.
In this. I think this V8 sounds like a combination of a 3-cylinder, a 4-cylinder, a 6-cylinder, and an 8-cylinder all together. It doesn't really sound like any one of them.
Okay.
It's just the strangest sound for an engine.
It is. Some of it's piped in.
Much of it is piped in, I think, yeah. I like sport mode steering a little bit more. It just has a nice weight to it. Like we said at the beginning of the video, it's so fast. I mean, that's everyone who I've talked to who's driven the new M5, that's their big takeaway. It's the first thing they say.
You know what's weird about that too is that some outlets actually tested this being like 0.1 of a second slower to 60 than the F90, which is the previous Gen M5.
I think
it's
the power delivery.
Yeah.
It's how quickly it comes on because of the electric motor. I mean, it's just, oh my God. It's from nothing. It's instant. Let's do a launch. Are you ready? Did you have breakfast this morning?
No. Well,
Good.
I had an applesauce, but I need to. You're not in the correct things to do in launch control. You need to be in Sport Plus Drive Logic, and then you need to be in manual mode, but it'll shift for you.
Oh, okay.
So you need to go like that.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, off we
You're
go.
ready for it. No. Yep, that's it.
I like how it says launch control, in case if you didn't know. Let's try that one more time.
Okay. Let it build boost a little longer this time.
Yeah, on the second one, it spun all four wheels more.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like
It's so silly. It's so fast.
organ rearranging.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It really is. Oh man.
I heard the other day, or at least my wife told me the other day, that it takes like 9 or 10 months for your organs to kind of go back to normal after having a baby.
Really?
I wonder how long it takes after launching an M5.
Do you want to go back into drive or stay in manual?
I don't know. We'll stay in manual
Okay.
some.
I think this feels faster than that AMG thing, the yellow car.
It does, yeah. It's just instant everything. Downshifts are a little bit lazy.
Yeah.
after this generation, I hope BMW gives us an M5 that's a bit more visceral. The M5 CS, the previous gen, was pretty much perfection.
Yeah.
And I was hoping we'd see a little bit of that fizziness enter into the equation here. It hasn't. That said, though, I do prefer this standard M5 over the previous gen standard M5. I think it's a much more dynamically capable package.
Yeah.
It's more comfortable. It's more just insane. It feels just better kind of calibrated and developed and put together. But that said, it's still a little bit of a distant experience. However, as a daily, with the electrification and everything, it would probably be pretty nice to live with. Let's go into hybrid mode and see what this can do with the engine off.
Yeah, I'm still salty. I never drove the M5 CS.
Oh man, it was the most memorable BMW that I've driven since
That is just
like the M3 Lime Rock,
it's just
the E92.
heartbreaking to hear because
Oh,
I
man.
never drove it.
Yeah.
But now, the only time I'll ever drive one is if I like own one.
Yeah, I mean, you could still go out and get them. They're 140 grand still. They haven't depreciated at all.
Yeah.
But they
Is that
are.
all they were new? That's
Yeah.
how much this car is.
Yeah, exactly. Hybrid mode is completely seamless. Yeah, just instant everything.
Yeah, it does a pretty good job
Let's
switching back and forth.
go into electric. Just turn everything off. There we go. It's really smooth, though. It's really good. I mean, I think the plug-in hybrid calibration here is better than in the 7 Series. It feels smoother.
Yeah. Well, it's got more torque, so it
Yeah.
helps.
You barely feel shifts.
Yeah.
A lot of noise from these hand cooks. Yeah, there's plenty of power there from the electric motor.
Kind of sounds like a 4-cylinder, like the noise that it puts through an EV mode.
It does, yeah. And you can push all the way down on the accelerator pedal in EV mode and get full power. You just, don't push through that secondary switch.
Right. Thank you. I love that fuel economy is still 27.2, even after 2 launch controls.
I think if you lived with this thing and you charge in your garage every day,
Yeah.
like you'd be getting over 100 miles per gallon in your M5
Yeah.
with 717 horsepower, which is comical.
Yeah.
Any glitches, any weirdness this week?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's
I can't
good.
think of anything that didn't work.
I think my 2 biggest complaints are, 1, the tires.
Yeah.
They're too loud. They don't have enough traction. I don't know, but that's neither here nor there because you can swap tires out, or you can option them differently from the factory, I guess. And on track, I found that I was constantly hitting this audio button right here with my palm, and I think that dude in blue.
Yeah.
He hit it accidentally, and the music was set to like full blast, and it scared
And he went
the
off track.
pants off. I mean, he went off track, scared the daylights out of him.
Oh man.
Do you think this is a good evolution for the M5?
Yes and no. I think yes in the way of being a daily driver and also being an Autobahn burner, just like fast, in a straight line, smooth, ridiculously. Like it's unbelievable.
It just doesn't stop.
It never stops pulling.
Yeah.
So there's that, but I agree with what you said about the M5 CS, even though I haven't driven the M5 CS. I have heard what you said
Just
about
think
it.
perfection. That's fine.
Think perfection.
Yep.
It would have been cool to see a little bit of that in this, and we may, I'm sure there will be a competition version of this. Maybe they'll even do a CS version because
I'm
there's
sure they'll
always a
do
CS.
all the versions.
We'll see. But I think for a first plug-in hybrid M5, I mean, obviously they had the XM, But I like it. It was good for 800 miles. So
it feels well finished and well rounded. Not a lot of steering feel, but you can kind of feel what the chassis is doing.
I agree with that. It feels finished. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, it's definitely an impressive product.
Cruise control is good.
Yeah, so this actually has the optional driver assistance pro.
Oh yeah, does that work for you?
So it's not the full driver assist. You can use it on here. So assisted driving activated. So you can let go of the wheel, but you have to touch it every few seconds. So this doesn't have Assist Plus like the BMW 7 Series had.
You just got to keep your hand on it.
But this has like the steering, you know, if you need to take off your coat real quick or something, you know, it can steer for you. But
you just keep your hand on it and it doesn't bug you. This is great. Nice.
Slow down. Good example for us there. The person cutting across 2 lanes.
A complicated situation.
It does a pretty good job. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean,
it does great.
You can adjust it in the screen, set it once and forget it.
Will it lane change? Probably not.
No.
That's fine. I love BMW's Assisted Plus lane changes. They're like super aggressive.
I know, that was the funniest thing. The 750e I took, I put 1,000 miles on there, 1,200 miles or something on it. It was like driving itself through the mountains and all kinds of impressive stuff. But you're right, the lane changes are hilarious.
Yeah. Okay, well, after further inspection, some good marks on the new M5.
Absolutely.
We're going to get a couple more loans on these this summer. We are going to drive an M5 touring at some point.
We have to compete with your amount of Tacoma videos. We're going to try and match it with M5 videos. There's not too much that's going to get away from you on the street. Maybe a plaid, but otherwise, you know, there's not really anything normal that's going to escape you in this car.
There isn't a lot of feedback or feel from anything, but BMW has this like smoothness and tightness to their new cars. We saw it in the new 5 Series and all the trims. We've seen it in the new X3 and some of their electric vehicles like the iX. It's the materials, it's the tightness of the steering, it's the lightness of everything, all the controls from the turn signal, all your interaction points are just kind of just sweet and salacious and satisfying. And
short throw turn signal.
I don't know. I love just kind of pressing everything and operating everything. The ambient lighting is all a little bit wild. The carbon fiber looks great. The screens are probably a little bit much, but you get used to that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm coming around, Christopher. I'm coming around.
I can tell. I'm happy to see that.
Yeah.
Usually you get really irritated in new BMWs, and I'm happy you didn't get irritated in this, but you will when we drive the new Mini, when we have that. I even said in my John Cooper Works video, I said, I can't wait for the TheTopher to get into this.
Oh, man.
You're just going to be like, ah!
Well, I mean...
This one's fine. This works a lot better than the Mini Cooper.
Yeah, they do have some quick access controls down here for stuff. I still think it's just too much.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, people either just aren't going to be using features or they're just going to be crashing using features. So, you know, it's one or the other. At least this drives itself pretty well. It would be nice to get that full-on Assistance Plus, but I do like that you have quick access to your cockpit
I like
brightness.
to think that you had something to do with this.
I hope so.
Weren't you asking the BMW engineers about that?
Yeah, I asked them why they got rid of a toggle switch for interior brightness, and they said that allegedly customers don't use it, which I think is just complete nonsense. Because every time you drive your car at night, what's the first thing you do? You lower your cockpit brightness. Mm-hmm. And there's so much brightness here. There's so much ambient lighting and screens. Really it's a bright day. You can't see it right now. Yeah. But it's just overwhelming. Yeah. And I assume that dims everything.
Yep.
Good. That's how it should be.
It dims. It's everything at once. So the cluster screen, the infotainment screen, and this really obnoxious ambient lighting, all of it dims with that one toggle.
It's not like a Toyota where it just dims your gauge cluster and your other screen is full brightness. If you go through 7 menus to dim that.
Yeah. It's not like that.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, look at this though. You're at 3/4 of a tank. You have 299 miles of range. Maybe a 16-gallon tank in this isn't the worst thing.
It was 400 miles before you got your hands on it.
That's okay.
we diminished 100 miles in about 15 miles.
I guess so. I guess we did.
That's just because it's calibrated for my like highway. You have to go into drive.
You can't see our fuel economy. Yeah, the engine's off. It's okay.
I think it's you started backup assistant.
Oh gosh, I don't want to do that. How do we cancel
You should have quit
that?
while you were ahead, Chris.
Oh man, what am I? Where am I? Well, I just want to see my fuel economy. Should we just turn it off and then turn it on again?
Yeah, just turn it off. Turn it back on.
Nice thing is it does start back into M1 mode if you have it.
Now you have to be
in M1.
driving to see it because right now it's showing you your idle fuel economy.
Oh my gosh! Wait, how do I?
You have to back up.
Oh gosh, we're playing music now.
Just go drive over there.
Okay.
Just go drive it over there.
I want to start backup assistant again. It's just so complicated, Christopher.
Yeah, that's okay. You'll see it in a second. There you go. There
We're
it
still at
is.
27.2 MPG.
Yes. Okay, now we can end the review.
Okay. All right, that's it. Go check out Chris's channel at TheTopher Drives. You have a full-blown road trip video
I will
on this car.
at some point.
Yeah,
I
you
haven't
will.
even dumped the footage on my computer yet.
Yeah, that's
but
okay.
I should at some point.
Yeah.
I do actually have a first impressions review though on this exact car from a few months ago.
That's right, yeah.
But you
Same
also
car.
have a
It's
video.
just following you around.
It is. It is. I'm gonna keep track of the VIN and see the next place it pops up.
I drove the green one.
Yeah. With orange interior.
Yep. Here's the
I think
key
this is
fob.
This is like peak G90 spec right now though.
Yeah. One thing I do like about the matte black, which is gray, is that it doesn't look dirty,
It does.
except for the bugs.
Just the front bumper and the 14,000 bugs I killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for the touring. I think that's going to be the jam.
Yeah. Touring will be cool.
Yeah. That's where all of this will just come together.
The touring is outselling the sedan right now.
Of course, yeah. Why wouldn't it? I'm so glad they brought the touring
Apparently
to the US.
BMW is surprised that the touring.
Why are they
I
surprised?
don't know.
It's only what everyone wants. I like how it's just a charge port. There's no cover. This is a plug-in hybrid. You're going to be plugging it in more often. And you just open it up, plug it in, unplug it, close it, easy. That's how it should be. It has a seal built into everything so that it doesn't explode.
It locks and unlocks 1,000 times when you walk around it.
Yeah, I'm sure you can turn that off in the settings.
You can turn it off.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.